I'm Emily.
And I'm Ethan.
We're traveling across America in search of its most captivating communities.
All the while, we're working from the road and taking the adventures as they come.
This is
Remote!
In our last episode, we left you in the middle of the Mojave Desert in the lost city of Las Vegas. Once long ago, this was the site of a rare natural oasis in a desert stretching on for 125,000 miles. It was this land that we traversed to reach our next destination. The desert has a way of calling to artists, beckoning them to its strange, barren beauty. We see it frequently pop up as a background for books, films, and television shows. In this desert, there is one town that's risen above the others to stake its name as an artist colony, and that's the town of Joshua Tree, California.
I think that one's about.
You know, to me, this really speaks as a critique of neoliberalism and the erosion of traditional values and the cacophony of postmodern French intellectualism, non sequitur.
Are you talking about the bush or the piece?
Oh, that's just a bunch of scrap pipes, I think.
Famed artist Noah Purifoy lived the last 15 years of his life in Joshua Tree, where he created 10 acres full of large-scale sculpture on the desert floor. The pieces are constructed entirely from junked materials and are meant to change and age over time with its environment.
On the night of my hermitage, 7 years ago, whereto for art thou, George Washington? I said in the depths of despair from the bottom of a well as I drank the last of my fifth of Jack Daniels, and I heard whispered in the night, I'm here, always.
Noah Purifoy made this piece in honor of his elementary school lunch teacher, and it is called 65 Lunch Trays.
Joshua Tree and the surrounding communities are known not only for their art, but also for their supportive business climate, desert mountain vistas, and family-friendly lifestyle. The first recorded exploration of the region in 1855 noted native tribes living in the oasis of Mara. These same tribes would later lead prospectors to gold veins, thus beginning a gold rush that lasted until World War I.
You're used to being surrounded by greenery all day and you come to a place like this, it is definitely a little bit shocking, and at first it seems very ugly, but the more time you spend out here, the more you kind of start to take in its magic.
The Mojave Desert contains some of North America's most inhospitable terrain. It is named for the tribal nation that lived here long ago, a shortened form of the name Hamakave, which means beside the water. Joshua Tree, the town, and the national park are, of course, named for the Joshua Tree. It is not, in fact, a tree, but a member of the agave family. Joshua Tree forests tell a story of survival, resilience, and beauty, born through perseverance. The presence of Joshua trees clearly indicates the Mojave's boundaries, as this remarkable plant doesn't grow anywhere else. The trees are believed to support approximately 2,000 additional species of plants and animals.
One interesting thing about this national park is you actually are not required to stay on trail. You can walk anywhere you want. You just have to be careful to bring enough water and not get lost.
The desert never really comes across well in pictures or videos, but there's this feeling when you're here. It's so peaceful and the silence is just different than elsewhere.
Here in the Old West, Pioneer Town works on a barter system. I just bartered my ring for a new girlfriend. So we heard about this place called Pioneer Town, which sounded like a Six Flags ride, but we decided to check it out anyway, and as it turns out, it was super cool. It was like old Western dirt road with different like saloons and stuff, jewelry shop. Outside of one, there was a lady that was like hand weaving a blanket or something, and there was like chicken coops and goats on the side, so it was really authentic. And we went to the town saloon, which turned out to be where all the hippest people hung out anyway in Joshua Tree.
Yeah, who would have thought that like Pioneer Town is where all the cool locals hung out? It just doesn't sound like it would be, but it was super fun. They had all the trendy drinks, lots of really cool local artists with little shops there, lots of cute clothing.
We didn't see any pioneers. Next time.
Dust storm. Today I am making antless logs. This is the antless log vlog.
Log.
We stayed outside of 29 Palms at the top of a hill with a splendid view. For many days during our stay, there were very high winds, which made me quite happy that we weren't camping.
What do you think of Joshua Tree?
I haven't met anyone named Josh, but there's a lot of trees.
Really? I don't see any. I just see rocks.
They should have called it Chris Rock.
They should have called it Giant Rock, which they did.
We decided to get brave and stray off trail since it wasn't against the rules. Arch Rock area was the perfect place to do this. It's one of the more popular parts of the park, so I recommend getting there early to make sure you can get a parking spot.
To a mixer on Thursday night, and it was really cool at this little tea shop in downtown, and there were a lot of locals there that were like massage therapists or spiritual coaches or herbalists, and yeah, we just connected with everybody, and they invited us to come to a cacao ceremony and sound healing the next night.
Treasure chests in the middle of the desert. What might we find inside? Since I work remote, I work on a computer all the time, and computers and necks do not mix well. So I started seeing a chiropractor in Colorado, but then once we kind of hit the road again, it was very difficult, filling out new paperwork in each place we went to try and find new chiropractors over and over. Very frustrating, and I was missing a lot of work as well, because anyone who's gone to a chiropractor understands you have to go frequently, multiple times a week, and during the business day. So it wasn't an ideal situation. So I was very excited to be presented with an alternative option while we were in Joshua Tree. I met a somatic release practitioner named Amy, and somatic release can be an alternative to chiropractic adjustments, and you can do it by yourself in your own time. It does take a little while to kind of learn the basics to the point that you can do this self-sufficiently. And so I signed up for this training program that is going to last 6 months. I've been doing it for about a month and a half now, and it has been fantastic. It has totally changed my world. It's so much easier than going back and forth from the doctor. I have no neck pain at all anymore. So I highly recommend this for anybody that is facing the same situation.
The Mojave Desert isn't probably the most dog-friendly of places. Lack of water, venomous reptiles, killer bees, and venomous insects are all great reasons why much of the public land out here does not allow dogs. As a result, my dogs had to wait at home during most of my Joshua Tree excursions, but the one place that did allow them was the Sunfair Hills BLM.
This is the BLM, so there's all kinds of people camping. It's pretty cool. You can just kind of stake your own spot for free and get acreage, basically. Everyone's so far apart. And over there is Joshua Tree.